Welcome to Shattered Signal, a brand new podcast from the Shattergang. My name is Baz, and I'm joined by co-hosts Dean and Luke. How are you doing, friends?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Lovely to see you here in this pre-recorded format rather than our usual live stream.
Yeah. Means we could edit out all the bad things.
Yeah. Thank you, editor. So this is a new thing. So Shattered Signal, a podcast where we discuss all things Magic the Gathering and spend more time with our amazing guests that feature on our weekly live stream. That's kind of the thinking behind it is we are really fortunate that we have a wonderful community as well as some fantastic guests that join us every week, and we just don't feel like we get enough time with them. So we're gonna mix it up with the three of us talking about topical things, as well as some interview style things with guests that volunteer as tribute to come on and tell us more about themselves and kind of just get to know them a wee bit deeper. So expect to see people that have been on the stream before and up and coming guests too. So how are we feeling about it, guys? Are you excited to be recording more content for the masses?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's good to get people in that have been on the stream before or people that are going to be on the stream. Gets a little bit more of a deep dive into their personalities and things like that, and then that might come across more on the live stream.
Yeah, definitely.
Banter, stuff like that.
That's a good point. It's sometimes it is a wee bit rushed. We go from like finishing work, get the stream started, and then particularly if it's a newer guest, it's like my
camera's not working.
Go.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's good to spend some more time with the guests, let people have a better kind of view of them, because as you said, the stream's over so quickly, and then it's on to the next week. The curse of the content creator, you know how it is. We don't get a chance to linger and enjoy the moment. So this is good. It's awesome. I'm excited.
What else is even better is you get to listen to our voices even more.
Oh yeah. You can take us with you now. You can drive in the car. Listen to this nonsense. Yeah. You're welcome.
And not get pulled over by the police for doing it.
There you go.
For sure. So that's probably we probably should mention that if you have stumbled upon us accidentally, deliberately, we go by the Shattergang. We have a weekly live stream. We play Commander with the vast community out there for Magic the Gathering. We play with brand new people all the way up to some of your favorite creators across the globe. We've been doing that for 2 years now. 2 years, and it's been 2 amazing years. So today we thought we'd peel back the curtain a wee bit and share a wee bit more of our story in this format. Just again, you don't get a lot of time with us every week. A lot of cast spell, pass turn, so there's ample banter. I'm sure if you're familiar with us, you know our vibe. But it's our opportunity to just kind of showcase our friendship, because we are friends in real life, and it's nice just to hang out and not play Magic sometimes. Like the gathering is a part of Magic that I particularly like a lot, as you'll know if you've met us at events and whatnot. So like I mentioned, we're going to peel back the story, and this is episode 1. So what do? You do the cliche. You tell people about who you are, how we got started as content creators, and what we're maybe going to do in the future. So yeah, who wants to start the story? How did we become friends? Where did it all begin? Who remembers better?
How did we become friends?
I feel like you're the linchpin, Luke. You're the one that kind of.
Yeah, well, me and Dean had been friends and mortal enemies, and then friends again for a long time.
Several years, mortal enemies.
Mortal enemies. We went to the same schools, and we just kind of kept kicking about, and then we lost touch a little bit, but then we got back in touch. And we've just been like best.
I weaseled my way back into your existence.
Oh, Dean, you were always in my heart. You were just suppressed, but you were there. I could feel you. Like something wasn't right. Barry, I met Barry by chance. We used to do a thing called airsoft, which is basically like paintball with BBs. And Barry's friend, but I forget his name. It's not important. But anyway, he said, "I've got this guy. He's cool. you want to come down? And Barry came down, and we actually
I'm
liked
the
him
cool guy.
better than the other guy. So, he left and Barry stayed. And Barry's been a part of our lives for a very long time. And
Usurping friendships since
what?
the
Hey, look,
1985.
in this friend circle, it's survival of the fittest. Okay, if you're not,
True.
if you're not rolling hard, you're not going to hang around. You're going to get passed aside, superseded. But no, yeah. So I've known you guys for a long time now, and it's been great.
And I think I met you, Barry, at one of Luke's New Year's Eve parties.
Believe so, yeah. Would it be?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so long ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I've still got the photos while Luke so young.
Nice, nice.
I didn't think I had a beard back then.
No.
Clean shaven.
Oh god. We'll need to get them out and have a wee trip down memory lane.
Think back then, it took me about 10 months to grow some sort of facial hair.
It tickles too much.
Yeah. So by absolute chance that we all kind of came together, which is kind of cool, and I think that's testament of how good a friendship we have. Like we've known each other a while now, and we can counter each other's spells without too much drama, too much salt. Sometimes maybe. But yeah. So so we all kind of started playing Magic at the same time, right? Just
we did.
there and thereabouts.
You and Barry and Ben and Sean started before me.
Yes, that's right.
And Luke was like, "Oh, come over, it'll be fun. We'll play." And I'm like, "I'm not getting into Magic the Gathering. I cannot financially.
I'm too cool for that.
I cannot financially do that."
I think I even said that too.
And then it was like, "Oh, it's easy. We'll just get these Planeswalker decks and we can just play amongst ourselves."
Was I wrong?
Then started the great arms race of 2017 or 2018.
Yeah, we all used to go to your house, Barry, and play like DC Deck Builder and just the communal aspect of it. And then we were looking at, well, what can we explore into? And just by chance, my brother had some Magic decks, so we got into that. And obviously, our good friend Sean, he played Magic, and as Dean said, it just spiraled off, and then we were just obsessed with it. We were messaging each other at work, like, we're buying cards back on eBay then, trying to get cards from America cheaper than you could in the UK on eBay, because obviously with card marketing things. And it was, I've got this card, I'm going to try this out. And then we'd meet up frequently to test decks and test ideas, and but the 60 card format's what started it for all of us, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We were big standard heads. It was very popular in our local game store at the time as well. So we kind of did the kitchen table stuff, as you mentioned, and then dipped our toe into Friday Night Magic. And I'm sure Luke will, either today or at another point, will share the horror stories of having to endure me testing my control decks. Again, friendship true and tested.
What friends do.
But yeah, no, it's been cool. Like we should rebuild those old Planeswalker decks and see how it compares to Magic in 2024. Or 2025, depending on when this gets published. Hopefully 2024, before the end of the year. Oh my goodness.
That Tezzeret deck was pain, like not enough artifacts in it. It's like you had to add loads to it to make it hard, and it still got killed by that stupid trample mammoth.
Yes, aggressive mammoth. Yeah, I was on the Vivian Planeswalker deck, which I felt it worked really well. Play forest, cast creatures, have a good time.
It did, and I think it was you, if I recall, that got into Commander first, wasn't it? You were going to our LGS on Sundays, and you were trying to tell us about this new format, and we were like, "No, we like 60 card. We don't want to play it yet."
You were trying to warn us that rotation was coming. And we were like, no, standard for life.
And then rotation happened. You're like, oh yeah, Commander sounds great.
They're like, what am I going to do with all these cards? And we're like, 40 quid.
It's like the Toy Story meme, but he's like, I don't want you anymore. That was like the standard deck. It's like, get rid of it.
Yeah, the allure of not having to buy play sets for Commander was very very enticing at the time, that's for sure. yeah, I saw people playing it at our local game store, Highlander Games. Shout out to those lovely people. And I was like, yeah, I want to try this. I think it's going to be a good time. And it was also at a time where there was very frequently four of us at the kitchen table as well. So you were at that awkward time of finish a game, wait for the other two to finish the game. You're like, do we just play again? Do we just play again? And this is more I like a self criticism playing a control deck. So always going to time, air quotes, if you're watching on YouTube. And I was like, nah, there must be a way to like play together. So and true enough, there was Commander, and I found my way into the Lord Windgrace C Commander 2018 deck.
Yes,
This is where it's like we need a fact checker in the group. And then the rest is history. I fell in love with Commander. I love it. Much like I said at the top of the podcast episode. It's the gathering is my favorite part of Magic. It's an excuse to come together with people and being able to add that kind of conversational dynamic, like I suppose read politics. Kind of sealed the deal. I really love it. It's just a completely different game, and it's great by beating 3 people rather than just beating 1 person.
100%.
So that's us and how we started playing Magic. What about can we remember how did we start off as content creators?
I think it's probably better if you and Dean kind of talk about it, because you and Dean were the driving force behind it.
Probably began in your house.
Well,
I'm sure several times we were sitting around the table and it was like we've watched like, oh, did you see the profs video, or did you see such and such's gameplay video?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool if we could do that. It's like it doesn't seem like it's too difficult to put something together, not like something amazing, but it was like yeah, and then it was just all of a sudden it's like Barry messaged me one time and he's like, look, you want to do it? It's like we can give this a go. And it was like I've got like the ability to do it. I was like, you know what, let's give it a go, see what happens. And then I was like, look, we need a third person.
We've tried everyone. Everyone's
we need a seat filler.
Please.
I was like, we need a third person, then we could have one guest a week, which we thought it'd be easier in the beginning to get one person, because obviously we were unknown. We didn't really know what we were doing too much.
Still don't.
Yeah. Apart from let's have a webcam.
Yeah, definitely a lot of teething problems in the beginning. Our competitive nature came through, and we soon realized that we were actually playing some pretty high powered decks compared to other people, because we only knew our kind of kitchen table meta. And like you said, I mean, the content creator thing, we've always had great chemistry, and we still do have great chemistry. I think, I'll blow my own horn, I think, and that's one of our kind of sellable points. And even when Ben's here or Sean's here, it doesn't change. We just all get on and have a great time. And I think people like to see that. You don't like to see people, don't get me wrong, we've all been salty in games, but definitely that's when we first started, it was like, we'll play this, do that. Oh, you've locked the game. I can't believe you've locked us out of the game. And then we quit. Like no one was having a good time. It was like, okay, the stream looks good and the guests are having a good time. I said, but like, we're not. We are just like, it's like we need to talk about power levels and things. And I think we're at a really good point now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes some decks are like maybe like a little bit over what another deck's playing, but I think that's fine. It's not a case of like, I'm playing this, you're playing this, and the guest is playing a precon and just getting blown out. So
the thing is, that's always going to happen. You're always going to have this 1 week that a deck just goes off, and it's like, but yeah, I think we needed to go through that at the beginning though, to be where we are now.
I agree,
because we wouldn't have been. We needed to find our feet as well as our audience.
Yeah, definitely, because it's very different playing for the entertainment of others, and also play like finding out what you want from playing Commander. Because I'll be the first to admit that I'm definitely a competitive player. Like I like the chase of trying to win, solving the puzzle, and all that stuff. But I've definitely grown as a creator that I can definitely let that go a lot more. I see a lot more fun in the games that we have. Absolutely, definitely. But yeah, you kind of have to. I don't know. Sometimes you have to hit the wall to realize that there's a wall there, and you're like, oh no, we need to have a professional discussion about what's going on here. Come on. Like something's not right. This should be fun. The whole point of this is fun. So yeah, we've had a couple of rocky moments, but we're here and we're still smiling, and we've had the pleasure of traveling quite a bit to enjoy our hobby too. So it's it's been fun. It's been a fun journey so far, without a doubt. So I have a note here of like, what does the Shattergang mean? And I think we're just going to jump right past it, because if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, the Shattergang Brothers is literally a card. Excuse me. And it was the classic case of like, how do you name a band? Like all our values and things like that. And it's like, right, okay. All the names are taken that we could think of. I'm still sad about Ristic Buddies being taken. Like,
yeah, that'd be good.
Curses, as I shake my fist into the camera. But yeah, like we started in like Ravnica block, really. Like we started, it would have been like the tail end of oh my goodness.
It was Amonkhet.
Amonkhet, that was the word I was looking for.
Kaladesh.
Yeah. So it was right around with the first block of Ixalan, Dominaria, and then Ravnica. So Ravnica was like the set that we really all kind of got into.
Guilds of
Ravnica, wasn't it?
Yeah. Guilds and allegiances.
Find first boxes and things.
Yeah.
Getting
it. So Ravnica is always going to have a soft spot for us. Not least of all, Nymphmas, it's one of Luke's favourite characters in the lore as well. So yeah, we found some characters on Ravnica that we liked, and it was nice that the Shattergang brothers had three brothers. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to remember their names because I always forget.
I'm sure it'll come up in a quiz.
I was like, yeah, it might come up in a quiz again. But yeah, so it felt fun to say, and it's kind of stuck. So we are the Shattergang for furthermore, and we'll see.
Yeah.
So like 20 years down the line if it's still the case.
That's the way I looked at it. There was three Shattergang brothers. We're kind of like family because we're all very close friends.
Definitely.
And yeah,
the family you choose.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
I won't quote Vin Diesel, don't worry.
Go get a Corona.
So, well, what has, since like I said, we've been going for 2 years. What's your favorite part so far, Luke? Like, what is the glimmer that bubbles to the top every time when you think about the cool stuff that we've done? Do you have a favorite?
I think you touched on it. Like, I think the first streams were pretty cool because like you were finally out there, and it was the one for me was when we went to the first event that Dean regrettably couldn't make, and so many people knew us, like UK people, and that really, and I hadn't had an experience where you'd felt so welcome into an arena or an environment where you didn't really know anyone. You'd only met these people digitally, and I think that's really just grown. And then when we were fortunate enough to go to Amsterdam, which was incredible, at MagicCon.
Super cool.
And even then there were so many people, like the CDH people, there's people walking about that, you know, knew of us, and just the opportunity to travel to these cities like with three of my best friends has just been unreal. And you know, it's not like it's business or it's a stag do or whatever. It's actually getting to play the game that we all love as well. So it's been an absolute privilege in that respect. And hopefully we'll get to do more traveling. Maybe one day we'll make it to America.
Yeah, that would be cool. We'll have to shake the Ko-fi memberships tin a little bit hard to get us all over to America. What about you, Dean? Favorite moment so far?
Amsterdam. It's like obviously this year was my first con, which was Birmingham Command Fest, and then we went to Amsterdam a couple of months later for MagicCon, and then we went to London for Command Fest, and it's like Birmingham, I was knackered the whole time because it was just we decided to do far too much. Amsterdam, Amsterdam, we decided to condense it down into one day, which was really good. And the thing was, it wasn't the playing the magic in that in Amsterdam. It was meeting everybody and hanging out with people that we only see text bubbles and Discord and stuff like that. It's like going out for food with people. It was just It's when you say magic's about the gathering, it is. That's what it's all about. And, just wish there can be more.
I'm sure there will be. Like there's a lot of appetite to do fun things in the UK and Europe, so I'm confident we'll find opportunities to do stuff in 2025. We're all crossing our fingers that there is like a late announcement for a MagicCon in 2025 in Europe, but we will see. We'll see. But I echo that. Like Amsterdam was like just so cool. So I had the pleasure of going to MagicCon Barcelona last year, and unfortunately the way it all worked out and timings and whatnot, I went by myself. Although I did travel to meet friends. So shout out Cryptic, who was brave enough to share a room with me in Barcelona. So I had like a little taste of what Dean and Luca mentioned around like the camaraderie in Amsterdam and just like meeting up with people and having just like the gathering, right? I'm going to say it a lot throughout this episode, I'm sure, and many other episodes. But yeah, it's Amsterdam was great to take all the things that I loved about Barcelona. But one of the biggest things my biggest regret from Barcelona was like not doing it with you guys, and then getting to do Amsterdam with you guys was just like, yeah, this is cool. I love this stuff.
That was class. As Dean said, the social stuff, like the party they put on and everything was just it was a great weekend over 4 days. It was, yeah. Hopefully we get to do something similar again.
And it was sunny and warm as well. And it was like
sunburnt.
It's like supposed to be the same type of climate as it is here, but it was
a heat wave.
It's great.
And we enjoyed a nice like 10-mile walk to our hotel as well.
Yes. Well, it looked really close on the map. I stand by that. So we've talked about our favourite moment, but I'm really curious to hear like what you think your proudest moment is in the content that we've done so far, or as creators, not necessarily the content. I put Luke on the spot first last time. Dean, put you on the spot this time.
The proudest moment that.
Yeah, when was your dad?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we got the content creator pass for Amsterdam, but
yeah,
that was pretty special. But also the first special we did for March of the Machine, and we released it to YouTube, and we hit like 1,600 views on YouTube, and that was the first time I went, okay, there's a little bit of traction here. I was quite proud of that. Yeah. That took a week to do, and it was I kind of perked me up a little bit, and then I was like, oh yeah, I was like, this is actually going all right.
Yeah, definitely. It's like everyone says, like, don't get obsessed with the numbers, don't look at the analytics too much, but when you do have like a little spike on, like, because let's be real, like we're still small time, but when you do see like, oh, that video did a bit better, oh, okay, maybe we're kind of onto something, maybe we're not just broadcasting ourselves into the abyss. No, I remember that video. That was a good fun. I like that. That was a good game. What about you, Luke? Proudest moment.
Similar to Dean, getting a creative pass to Amsterdam was unreal. I mean, especially as you said, we're going to be going for 2 years. So I mean, that was incredible. I probably think the first time we were recognized by Wizards with a Christmas card, the first one, because that was so unexpected. It was like, wow, because we've barely been doing it for a few months, and to obviously no thanks, everyone having that kind of relationship with UK creators and things, and being recognized. But yeah, I suppose that would probably be the proudest moment. I know it's a shared thing, which makes it harder. And obviously I take pride, and probably shouldn't, but when people are like, oh, the stream looks great, because I know you do it all. But you're like, well, yeah, I'm involved in that though, right? Like, I turn up, I got to work. So yeah, but I just hope it continues. Well, I mean, I hope we keep continuing to hit new milestones and keep growing. But as Dean said, the March in the Machine video that we did, and we're actually getting comments and things from more established creators going like, "Oh, look at this," which I thought also was like, "Wow, we really hit something here." But no,
I would say about the Amsterdam thing as well as like proudest moment. It was the meet and greet.
Yes,
It was like I was not expecting us to be
loads of
busy
people turned up.
the whole hour and a half. It was just like crazy. I was just that just knocked me for 6.
Yeah.
just like I was flabbergasted. It was just. I still am. It was just
my
like
gas was flabbered.
If only there was photographic evidence of me being there.
Oh yeah, right enough, because we were on that was one of the first times we were on like the Magic like main Twitter account.
Yeah. Some of us,
yeah. With my floating sunglasses on my hat like an absolute dweeb. Yeah, no, that was cool. Like it's not like we had like queues of people coming to see us, but you're right. Like there was folk hanging out with us all throughout our entire time slot, which was really really special. Because that's like kind of my proudest thing about what we've done so far is like our community is just full of just the best people. We're really lucky we're looked after every week with like Chrono and Cryptic, our mods who look after us in our Discord and our stream, not just Twitch stream because we multi-stream, we go to YouTube as well, which is something else I'm quite proud of. But yeah, like we've managed to find really good, or sorry, start that again. Good people have managed to find us, and I think that's kind of where I have the most pride of like I know my friends are good people, and the recognition of like a community growing and just getting tighter and tighter. It's just I don't know. It's just something really special. Maybe it's wrong to take pride in that, but maybe that's a wee bit egotistical. But it's something I'm really proud of. Like I do believe like good people find good people. So shout out to the gang, as it were.
If we're a bunch of dicks, people wouldn't want to hang around with us, would they?
But, true. Well, no, but bad people might. You never know. So.
Yeah, but the people we have, as you said in the Discord and the community, are top draw.
Definitely,
and that's a testament to what's been created here.
I agree. And I'm gonna so I've done the humble thing there, but I'm gonna say like a less humble thing of our stream looks the bee's knees. I've spent a lot of time to make it look really good, and anytime someone says something nice about it in stream, it makes my day. Because I don't get as much time as I would like to make it even more cool as I preface set up the next question of like what we're gonna do next year, guys. So yeah, I think our stream is really cool. Not least of all because we have cool people that are on it. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, it looks amazing.
Yeah. Compliment me. Compliment me.
Yeah, it does. It looks amazing, and it's down to you, Barry, because it's just.
Yeah.
But then that was something that you made from the outset. It was like you wanted to make it. It's like we might not be the best at the game.
Yeah.
But we can be one of the best looking.
Definitely.
And then
that was like the mission statement at the start. It's like I said that to you, Dean. Is like I can make it look shit hot.
Yeah.
We just need to, and that's why I wanted to do it with you guys and for content. It's like, well, if it's gonna look great, then we want every stream to be a good time of like hanging out with pals. And as we're all busy working professionals, it's nice to deliberately put something in our schedule. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna see Luke and Dean online tonight. We're gonna play some games. We're gonna have a good time. Unless the guest comes and absolutely pumps us.
Still have a good time.
Usually have a good time. So as I mentioned, we're doing the thing where we're getting close to wrapping up on episode 1. Oh my goodness. So we're recording November 26th. So we're almost at the end of 2024. So if we think to next year, what is even one thing, but please feel free to share more things. What would you like to create or try in this upcoming year? I have a cool one to say, because it's gonna force me to do the thing that I've not done and I'll say more about that in a wee second. Well, Luke, you go first this time.
Yeah, I love that we can play Magic over webcam and we can stream it, but I also love the in-person stuff. I'd like to do more in-person stuff. So, and I know it's more complicated, but I think there's just a realness to it, which I enjoy. And obviously, we'll hopefully do some more traveling, more kind of events, things like that.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I would definitely love to do more in-person stuff, without a doubt. What about you, Dean?
Yeah, just in-person stuff, basically. I know near the beginning I touted about an idea of maybe it being a regular in-person, regular 4 people, like us 3 and Ben, or maybe Sean, and we do some sort of league table.
Oh.
And like we do some sort of forfeit or something. That's obviously it's harder to get it done in person. We've recorded games in person and we've failed at games in person.
Much like the stream, we've run into lots of technical issues. We aren't professional producers of content, so we're learning as we go as well.
It's one of them things. We've got all the equipment. It's just we need time, and obviously we're all full-time working adults with kids.
Yeah,
pretty much.
The joys.
Yeah.
Would Ben and Sean share points in your new league system? Considering we interchange them.
Well, they're tough to.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We maybe wouldn't even change their name.
I like that because that was something I like the creators that I like to watch somewhat frequently is like the Commander Versus from Star City.
Yeah.
So like their league and their points table seems really fun for people that play together frequently.
Cool idea.
So yeah, watch this space. Who knows? Dean's gonna be project managing that one.
I might move that over to the project manager, Mr. Whitehouse.
I'll set up a group call with everyone.
Yeah. let me just create that ticket. Yeah.
What about you then, Barry?
I mean, so 2025, I feel like every year, I say that like we've been going for decades, but every year we've kind of built on the cool things we've done. Something that I'm really also don't want to say proud of, but something that's quite important to me is like how representative our stream is and the content we create. So we have a really tough skew to work with in the UK with predominantly men that play the game, but we've done a lot to bring lots of different types of people, identities and whatnot. So I would like to keep working on that to make sure that we're including lots of cool people in what we do. And what we've started doing at like the tail end of this year is fundraising and doing a little bit of outreach out with of like our own community. So the plan is in January to launch a quite big fundraiser, and I'd like to do that somewhat semi-regularly. So we're generating some good out of what we do as well in kind of a real world sort of way. So we'll put out more details about that soon, as I have things a little bit more confirmed, because I haven't actually sent out the emails to everybody I keep meaning to. Don't know why. Anxiety perhaps, but yeah, we're going to do some cool stuff next year around helping some good causes, because we did a couple of fundraisers. We did one during Pride Month for LGBT Youth Scotland, and that went really well. And then we did one in October, for War Child UK, who, spoiler alert, that's probably who we're supporting in January. So yeah, watch this space, and hopefully we'll be doing some cool stuff and helping some people that need some help. So the last thing before we wrap, I don't know whether this will be a regular reoccurring segment, but because we are fortunate enough to already be content creators with an audience and a community, we thought it'd be fun to ask our community invite the community to ask us some questions. So the first one is from our boy Cryptic, who asks, outside of playing Magic, what is a hobby you enjoy? Luke, do you want to go first?
Yeah, hobby I enjoy. I like riding motorbikes. That's probably one of my hobbies. I bought a motorbike last year, and I finally got out to do a bit of riding this year, and it's great. Clears the head. You don't have to go fast. Beautiful roads in Scotland. Beautiful scenery. Definitely, you get nice weather. And my dog, I suppose, is one of my hobbies because I spend so much bloody time with him, and I love him to bits. So yeah, they're probably my hobbies.
He is a good doggo. Yeah, I recently learned to drive, as much as it's pretty much all functional and driving that I'm doing right now, it's something that I've grown to love. So it's almost a hobby, I suppose. But yeah, I don't really get much time for hobbies. If I'm being totally honest, Magic's kind of all consuming, and I love it that much. But yeah, let's also say driving. What were you doing?
My hobbies is letting my friends drive me to places.
I mean, I love doing it. We all drove to Kirkcaldy a couple of weekends ago for a CDH tournament. Shout out to Biomech MTG for organising that, which was cool to have a CDH tournament in Scotland. But yeah, that was good fun, Dean. It was nice to take we drive together.
Yeah, my hobbies are, I like going to gigs, concerts, bands. I collect random things, like random weapon memorabilia.
Nice.
like all like swords and stuff like that, and Funko Pops. Nice. Batman. I'm Batman daft, if you can't tell by some of the Batman stuff in the background.
For those maybe listening and not watching on YouTube, there is some telltale signs behind the Dean what he's into.
So I have like a whole shelf of Batman stuff. I have loads of art that's Batman stuff in my living room. That's all wall, and it's all like old style painting.
It's very cool.
I just like hoarding and collecting like random weird shit.
I can't tell what you the appeal of Magic the Gathering to you is at all. Yeah, no, I probably should give it a bit more of a real answer. Yeah, of a time I am a designer in my real life, outside of content creation, but I do like screen printing, so I like getting messy with like
that's cool
analog art. But when one has a little kid, it is not so easy to find time to do that. So I'm looking forward to doing that with him when he's a bit older. And my space for doing it is a lot less insta death to a little kid. So it's your typical like garage. It's just full of crap and tools, and I'm like, oh right, okay, yeah. No, you can't come in here and play at all.
It's like a Spartan gauntlet.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And then we two more. So Yuki asks, "What's your favorite cheese?" Dean.
Cheddar.
Cheddar, like a cheddar, do you?
Yeah, I'm a plain cheese person. I like mozzarella, cheddar.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't like your gooey, stinky cheese.
No blue for Dean.
No.
What about you, Luke?
Yeah, pretty vanilla when it comes to cheese as well. I like a mature cheddar. I don't like brie. I don't like goat's milk cheese. Mozzarella's fine. Some of the Italian cheeses that you turn into cheesecakes, pretty good.
Cheesecake. I wish that was my answer. That'd have been so good.
Can't beat a cheese slice.
that orange cheese that's like a rubber.
I mean, so I'm the token vegan in the group, but it makes me laugh because you say that like they now do like vegan rustler, like microwavable burgers. And I was like, yes, sliced cheese, let's go. But yeah, I actually can't remember the last time I really thought about cheese to give an honest answer. But I did on when I did consume lots of cheese, it was always the fancy stuff. So I'm the token fancy cheese guy. And then lastly, thank you for indulging us, listeners. Snarton asks, if you could listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'll go for this. Is the hardest one, so I'll go first. I think that's probably the hardest question to ask anyone because I'm also really into music as well. But honestly, I would say Nimrod by Green Day. I feel like that's an album when it came out, I listened to on repeat for like a year, and I never got sick of it. And I put it on now, and it takes me back to just like really angsty teenage years. So I'm not gonna say like happy memories, but it's when I kind of like really got into music as like a core part of my identity, and like yeah, so it's kind of like in the forever box of like just this is what music is to me. So Nimrod by Green Day will be the selection this week.
Yeah. This is hard. At the moment, I would probably say Sleep Token, Take Me Back to Eden. I can't stop listening to Sleep Token in general at the moment, and it's been all year. Yeah, it's their newer band, and I think they've just redefined metal.
Wow. Okay. that started off really uncertain to like, oh, the redefined metal. All right. Okay. Nice. I do like them as well. Like, I do enjoy when we do go on a road trip. We have like a communal Spotify list, and you can see what Dean's putting right away. And like, all right, okay. we're rocking. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, but going back to kind of music I listened to when I was younger, probably one of my favorite albums I could just listen to on repeat was probably 10 by Pearl Jam.
Okay, hell yeah.
That was, and when I had the opportunity to see them live in Manchester, it was just incredible. So yeah, that would probably be. I mean, you could ask me in 2 weeks' time and it would change, but it's class. It's absolute. Just the vocal, the song. They're just banger after banger after banger. Perfect.
Amazing.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, but interestingly, Pearl Jam's of like my bucket list bands that I've still not seen live. So
that's one of the few bands that I've wanted to see I've still haven't seen.
Yeah, which is not like you, Dean, because I feel like you go to gigs like every other week.
Yeah, I've seen pretty much everybody I want to see now at this point. I'm like repeating for like fifth and sixth times bands now. But
hell yeah. Amazing. So, folks, that has been episode 1 of Shattered Signal. We have been the Shattergang. Look forward to us falling over saying Shattered and Shattergang. Clearly a very deliberate, fun thing to do to ourselves. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to know more about us, you can go to shattergang.com where you'll find all the links to all the things. And if you are listening on a particular podcast platform, please remember to leave a little review and say, oh my goodness, these guys sound great. I can't wait to hear more. Yes, as we fumble through our adventure and journey, as it were, into podcasting. We hope you enjoyed it. And please do send us some feedback. Let us know what you like, what you want us to talk about. As I mentioned, we're going to be doing group calls like this where we'll talk about life, any given subject. Probably not too many reactionary things because that's not really how we. That's not really how we do our thing. But if something big comes up, I suspect we'll maybe go on a call and record and share an opinion or two. Yeah. But yes, you can find us every week, on Thursdays on Twitch and YouTube. We live stream Commander gameplay with these lovely people. If you're watching on YouTube, look at these beautiful, beautiful men, and a token guest every week. And yeah, we hope you've enjoyed it. Well, as we become more adept at content creation and podcasts, we'll have like a really fun sign off, I'm sure. But until then, it's just going to be goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Much love, everyone.